Hey everyone, it's Sean, the What's Up Dude. We are out here in Aurora, Illinois, and this is the Phillips Park Zoo. Never been here before, gonna explore the area. It is a free attraction, so if you're looking for something to do, check this place out. This is Sean, the What's Up Dude. Phillips Park in Aurora, Illinois was established in 1899 through a $24,000 bequest from the estate of Travis Phillips, a local merchant and former mayor. Originally known as the City Park, it was officially renamed in his honor in 1902. In 1934, during Civil Works Administration projects, several mastodon bones, including 3 skulls and a 6-foot tusk, was unearthed. These 10,000 to 20,000-year-old remains are now displayed in the Mastodon Gallery. Founded in 1915, the Phillips Park Zoo initially housed exotic animals like bears and monkeys, before refocusing on native species in 1934. Designed in the 1930s by Ray Moses, these formal gardens remain a centerpiece of the park, featuring more than 10,000 tulips each spring, which is the Sunken Garden. The first golf course was built in the 1920s. Over the decades, the park expanded from its original 60 acres to over 325 acres, eventually adding an aquatic center in 1991 and various veterans memorials. Here's the main entrance, Phillips Park Zoo, established 1915, City of Lights, Aurora. And then we'll head over here. This is a little area that has some statues and a giant fountain. Read some of these monuments that are over here. The city of Aurora here does humbly praise all servicemen and women on through freedom ways. His heroic efforts, timeless deeds for our just cause, they will not be forgotten, and for that we pause. Dedicated November 14th, 2015. These are different names of soldiers. And here's some names of soldiers in the brickwork, surrounded by beautiful flowers. Here's another honor roll for some of the men and women that fought for the country. Memory of Aurora Township, heroes of World War II, 1941 to 1945. We have a list of people. May they rest in peace. Rededicated May 31st, 1993 by the people of Aurora. Another plaque of names for World War II veterans. For Valor, Medal of Honor awarded May 15th, 1944. So we have several statues honoring our fallen. Lieutenant Walter E. Trumper, U.S. Army Air Corps, October 31st, 1918, February 20th, 1944. For Valor, Medal of Honor awarded May 15th, 1944. Dedicated January 2nd, 1956. And we'll continue to walk through. This is just the first part of this zoo. And this is the honor our veterans who lost their lives. And then we'll get to the zoo part in just a little bit. Looks like the fountain's not currently on, but we'll walk down the stairs and see what these other statues are. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, nice and breezy. For some people it might be a little chilly, but for me, Being a big guy, it's not too bad. Here's a beautiful statue. We'll head over and check out this other one. We have some flowers and trees surrounding the area. My grandmother would love this area because of all the flowers. She's very into flowers. Another statue of a woman holding some flowers. And we'll head to the other side over here and see what these ones are about. And there's the fountain in the center. It's the centerpiece of this garden. It does look like they're planting some more flowers for later. And of course, these will rise up as the summer arrives and things kind of bloom. Here's another statue of a woman with some fruit. And we'll head over to this last statue. And I saw a couple signs that we can read. And then we'll head over to that area, which is the actual zoo. Another woman standing here. Here there's some plaques that talk about the sunken garden at Phillips Park. The sunken garden is rededicated in appreciation of all the City of Aurora Parks Department employees who maintained the garden since it was built in the 1930s. Special recognition to Edwin Moses. He spent his career in 1946 to 1984 maintaining Phillips Park. And these are some directors and dedications for people that make this beautiful park possible. Right here we do have another statue. Over here we can read about what this is. Mastodon dig sculptor Eric Blom, Aurora Public Art Commission 2005. It features a Civil Work Administration worker dipping up a mastodon bone. So in 1934, this was the unearthing of a giant bone of a mastodon. Right here, this is the main zoo building. And we do have a statue of an elephant over here. David and Karen Stover Visitor Center. So this is where you can come and learn more about the Mastodon Gallery. So actually that's I believe a mastodon. Yes, that's a mastodon, and here's some facts that we can learn about. Mastodon, Greek meaning breast tooth for the nipple-like projections, the crown of the molars. Mammoth americanum is the scientific name. 10 feet high is the adult height. 7 feet for females. Adult weight is 4 to 6 tons. Lived 3 million to 12,000 years ago. And they are herbivores who grazed on twigs, leaves, shrubs, and trees, leafy foods. Relatives is the mammoth's modern-day elephant. This is the Phillips Park Visitor Center, Mastodon Gallery. We're going to go inside, check to see what they got in here. Oh. They do have a penny press. souvenir penny for your visit. And here's a map of the zoo, updates and events. Go ahead inside here real quick. This is a skull, a legend of the Cyclops. A one-eyed giant may have come from ancient people looking at Mastodon skulls. Those people may have thought the big nose nozzle hole in front was an eye hole, but this is a Mastodon skull. Here is the femur, the thigh of a Mastodon. Then you have the mandible, jawbone, the scapula, the shoulder blade, vertebrae, this is the spine, and then you have the ribs and the back. So you can imagine how big these mastodons were. Civil Works Administration, which was a federal work project during the Great Depression, began excavating the lake with a work crew of 555 men in 1933. The project created an island in addition to the natural one that already existed. The men worked under the direction of Park Commissioner Charles A. Townsend, a Park Superintendent Ray C. Moses. So this is all the history of all the excavations. And this is actually the tusk of the mastodon. Here's a picture of the workers that dug up all these fossils. And here's some of the things that they would wear. Endangered species and the wildlife trade. So this is different things the museum has. Phillips Park waterfall. Of course, our American flag. This is the 55th mayor of Aurora. Picture of him and his wife. At the heart, Illinois Governor Edward Dune used a silver shovel to break ground for the new Lincoln Highway in front of Mooseheart on April 15, 1914. Some historic moments for the sunken garden. And this is all about the road that we now travel on today. Lincoln Highway is a major highway that is traveled every single day. All right, and we're headed to the actual zoo section, and it's open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., closed on Wednesdays. Here we go, and we'll see what we can find in here. This is the exhibit for the American elk. Open woodlands of North America, 500 to 1,100 pounds. I don't really see any right now. Actually, there's a couple over here. They are over here grazing in the shade. Alright, in this enclosure there's some peacocks and some domesticated chickens. Domesticated in Southeast Asia between 600 to 3000 BC. Now kept worldwide as a food source, meat and eggs, and as pets, weigh 1 to 7 pounds, and they live 4 to 8 years. And they eat seeds, processed grains, and insects. So right in there, that's the chicken coop. That's where you can see the chickens. There's one right there. And there's some peacocks in here as well. Or peafowl is what they call them. 2 to 13 pounds. And they eat grains, insects, small reptiles, and small mammals. saw a few of them there in the back corner over here. Here's one of the chickens. And you can hear them peafowl. That is what their call sounds like. Over here we do have some statues of some wildlife animals. Some deer. The bronze deer statues and bronze elk are gifts to the Phillips Park Zoo from the private collection of Ron and Charlene Foster, both of whom were born, raised, and educated in Aurora. Ron's life work was in the outdoor recreation business as owners and CEO of Hodman Inc., a world leader in manufacturing and distributing outdoor gear. And right here we have a giant chair that you can sit on. Welcome to the Phillips Park Zoo. And there are a couple wolf statues as well. One in the corner over here. That's the staff-only area over here. And here's the directions to all the different animals you can see and places to go. Let's walk along and see what we can find as we visit each encounter. This is the American beaver enclosure, 25 to 80 pounds. Beavers range through all North America except the northern region. Not sure where he's actually at. Might be inside one of these little cubbies. This is the bald eagle enclosure. We got one right here. You can see him bold and proud. Bald eagle. In the mid-1900s, bald eagles were in danger of extinction throughout most of the United States due to habitat destruction, illegal hunting, and pesticides contaminating their food. The Protection of the Endangered Species Act banned those things, and they made an impressive recovery in 1995. The population recovered enough for the species to be reclassified as threatened instead of endangered. This enclosure here is the Eurasian lynx, 40 to 80 pounds. They're a carnivore. They eat rabbits and small deer and rodents. And I think some of these animals might be inside somewhere because I don't see them at the moment. And this is the great horned owl. Got two of the owls in the corner up there. They're anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds. Wingspan is 36 to 60 inches. And they live about 15 years. And they do eat rabbits and rodents, skunks, as well as reptiles and birds. And we'll head this way. There is a statue of a snake and another one of one of the bald eagles. Walk by the bald eagle exhibit one more time. Now this exhibit back here is the Central Asian tortoise and the box turtle. You can see the tortoise back there. I'm not sure where, oh, that's a statue, I believe, or could be the actual turtle. Nope, that's a statue right there. The box turtle, I'm not sure. There's supposed to be a desert tortoise in here somewhere too. I think that's him right there, just basking in the sun. And here is the reptile house. It's my sister's favorite spot to go to. Check this place out. They had alligators at one point, but they're not here anymore.
There's another one down there. I'll have to get the second one. So right here in the corner. That must be less trash.
There's some turtles.
You want to take the next one? Yeah. I think I see him right here. Look over. Right here, buddy.
And this is the axolotls.
There's another one, maybe? So that make sure that there's running water, so that there's fresh water for the fish. For the turtle. Here he comes. He's coming around the corner.
Some more turtles are in here. They're in the back corner. I'll give you a close-up shot of the one. We've got a fish tank. Some more turtles in here. There's a little guy down there. This is the ball python. Kind of hard to see in here because it's kind of foggy. I think he might be down in the little spot down there. This is the Burmese python. Oh, boy, cranky, look at that big snake right here. Oh my goodness, he's wobbling right there. They could feed a wild dingo in there. Close-up shot of that guy. Sure my sister will appreciate these. Another ball python in the corner. Now down this way, this is a outdoor area where you can come and have a picnic. Or if your kids want to play at the park, there is a park that you can play at. And you can even play beach volleyball. So this is your outdoor recreation area to get a little steam off and wind down your kids a little. We'll head over there after the zoo just to see what else is in there. There's a park bench with an owl. And this is in memory of Henry, the bull elk who died in 2003. We do have a domesticated turkey right here. All right, now we'll head this way, which we haven't been to yet, to see what other kind of animals are in the park. A little bit of a hill here. This is supposed to be the Eurasian lynx. Pretty sure he's inside that den. Probably taking a little nap. We do have a couple of oxen right over there. Over here, these are going to be your farm animals, and there's a, I don't know if you can see them, but there is a pig inside of here. And you got your alpaca and your goats. Pigs can be anywhere from 75 to 150 pounds. They eat just about anything you give them. Alpacas, they are 100 to 200 pounds. There's one laying down that way, and one of the goats over here, 100 to 200 pounds. And they're herbivores, so they eat grass, hay, stems. And we got the Boer goats, 200 pounds plus, depending on the size or age. Herbivores, they eat shrubs and weeds. And then you have the Nubian goats, 10 to 15 years, 200 to 350 pounds, also herbivores. So these guys are trying to have a relaxing day. There's that one right now, trying to walk down. And there is a little spot if you have kids, or if you just want to mess around yourself, you can put your face inside of one of these. Now these were the red-tailed hawks, but they're off exhibit currently. Sometimes either due to health reasons or sometimes just to get them to another space for a little bit. Keep in mind, this zoo is free. So for what we're able to see here, it's very exciting to be able to see all the different animals. We'll get a closer shot of the ox. That one has some wild and crazy hair. What's up, dude? Highland cattle is what they're also called. And they can range anywhere from 900 to 2,000 pounds, hefty guys. And they're herbivores, so they like to eat grass or hay, like that guy over there. We'll head over to the park area and show you the park and the outdoor seating area in case you want to bring a sack lunch. It's really cool being in nature, especially on a nice day like today where it's not too hot and you get to see what nature has. One of the zookeepers does have a bird, parrot in hand. Alright, we are going into the park area. They do have a soda machine over in the corner in case you get thirsty. Or if you want to bring your own water, you can do that. There is the beach volleyball, sand included. And they also have an arena where you can play soccer. We'll head over to the park area. Looks like there's a couple cool things to see over here. But you can have a lot of people in here, so if you want to have a family reunion or just have a giant party, let the park know. I'm sure they'll let you do it. And they do have little grill stations in case you want to cook out. They even do have some drinking fountains. have a Pepsi machine. Here's the pavilion area. Now really what I'm interested in over here, looks like there's a couple cannons. I want to take a look and see what the historical point of view of that is. And then there's the park area for the kids. So we do have a couple cannons. And the mayor of the city of Aurora, park commissioner, put these here. And then down over here, there's an entire lake you can go to. Either jog around it or check out the sights. This is a beautiful scenic area where you can spend all day having a whole lot of fun. So this is actually a memorial for the U.S. Marines, dedicated by Aurora Department Marine Corps, August 14th, 1957. All right, I hope you enjoyed our day through Phillips Park, seeing animals, enjoying the sunlight, and seeing cool things. For now, this is the What's Up Dude, signing off. Till next time. Please like, share, and subscribe so that I can explore new areas and go to more places in the